is Iran, not Iran, right? So that's something to consider. I want to get it right. If it's Iran, then I'll say Iran, according to the coach. What was interesting about the press conference yesterday was that he had pointed his finger at the United States, saying how racist we are. And I would have stood up and said, whoa, hold on a second there, Charlie. You drop homosexuals off of buildings, you crimes. You've actually warned your players to behave, or they'll go home in a box. That's ironic for you. But today, the United States at 2:00 in a World Cup game is taking on Iran. And here's what I'll say. Ever since I was little, soccer has been desperately trying to grab the attention of the American mainstream. What's interesting about soccer is that more young kids play soccer than anything else, and that's been growing every year. Yet, when they get to adulthood, nobody wants to watch it because it's painfully boring. Okay. If you ever wanted to cement some kind of legacy in the country, right? If you ever wanted to show everyone, I know there's been historic events. The women have been magical at best, if you want to use that word, even though some of the women players are certainly not my particular favorites, and I don't necessarily want to go down that road right now. But if you don't win today, then I'm going to have to ask you to just go to the back of the room and be quiet and sit down for another 20 or 30 years. Because you have been begging for recognition for the longest time. You've wanted to be put up on the mantle with football and baseball and basketball and hockey to a certain extent. And you've never been able to get there as far as mainstream goes because you are, as I said before, in some cases painfully boring. And the rules of soccer are curious, to say the least. You're supposed to go to 90 minutes, yet when 90 minutes comes, you keep playing. Why? Nobody really knows. It would seem infinitely smarter if there was an actual clock when you knew the game was over. It would make sense. That's just me. But if you don't win today, then I'm going to have to insist that you take your seat at the back of the bus and stay there. Because this is one of those moments where if you want to step up to the big boy stage, guys, you win, right? I think you're a slight underdog. I think the sports books have you, like, it's almost a pick 'em. It's almost a coin flip, but you're a slight, tiniest of underdogs. And I think you have to win today, right? I don't know the rules. But a tie doesn't do you any good, I think that's it. But if you don't win today, shh, quiet. Nobody wants to hear about it anymore. This is your time, big stage. I'm not asking you to win the World Cup.